Right, let's move on to the Nundle wind farm issue. Can you imagine living in one of the most beautiful regions in Australia, having one of the best views out your back door, only to find it soon to be ruined by huge wind turbines? Well, that's a reality for residents in the small and beautiful town of Nundle, just outside of Tamworth in New South Wales, where a new $600 million wind farm's being proposed. It'll be 20 kilometres wide and run 98 turbines. To say locals are upset would be an understatement. John Chrysula is the president of the Hills of Gold Preservation Group. He joins me now from Nundle. I hope I got your surname right there, John. Correct me if I didn't, but it would take me through the background of this big fight you've got on your hands.
Well, we first found out about this about March 2018, and we've been researching it ever since. And it's the majority of our community here in Nundle and Hanging Rock are opposing this development and looking for help to help the fight against this developer from Sydney who wants to change the landscape here dramatically.
What's been the response of local politicians to your cause here? Because, you know, they are a blight on the landscape. 98 turbines will dramatically change your beautiful town. It'll, I suspect, affect people who might want to go there. You're quite a tourism town. I don't know that they'll go there to watch the wind turbines turn around. It'll change things dramatically. What's been the local response?
Just to clarify, it's about 77 turbines now, but the local response has been a wait and see. They're actually letting the developers dictate all the guidelines, and all our concerns seem to fall on deaf ears, and we keep bringing up the concern of this place is a magnificent range, and it's the start of the Peel River. It's the water supply for all of Tamworth. But they seem to just say, we'll wait and see that there's a process. But we can see beyond that it's already destroying the community spirit that we have here in Nundle. The developers have this divide and conquer mentality, and they've employed that on us, the residents here, and we have an award-winning community here that is just getting annihilated.
Yeah, just this divide and conquer point you make, there are reports, and you correct me if I'm wrong here, residents within 5 kilometres of the proposal have been offered between $1,500 and $6,000 a year by developers. Now, is that about buying their silence, or is that something that people in your community want? They want that income.
Well, so most of the property owners surrounding the development don't want to be part of this at all. It's more like they call it a compensation for the pain and suffering that it caused. But a lot of property owners who can't no longer spray their crops to improve their production on there, they won't be able to. It's actually, yeah, like I say, it's a compensation. It's a way of saying, you know, here's this pittance amount while we go clean up and destroy the environment. And this is a really sensitive ecosystem up here where they're looking at developing, and it backs onto a nature reserve that's of scientific, you know, value to the Australian community. And it's a magnificent range, and it should be preserved. And that's what we're about. And it shouldn't have even got this far. The fact that they have a licence to even come and have a look here, the government should be sort of saying that, you know, if certain locations should be off limits, and a lot of councils are stepping up and saying to developers, look, if this is our tourist, our best tourism asset, you shouldn't be allowed to come and just rip it up and put in a wind farm or any development. It should be preserved for the future, and that's what we're trying to do. This is a rare, magnificent piece of country in Australia.
Look, I know you want people right around the country to join your fight. At the end of my show, I'm going to put all this information up on the screen and tell people where they go for more information. I'll also put it on my Facebook site, so hopefully you've got friends around the country who'll join the fight for your beautiful Nundle. Thanks for your time, John.
Thanks, Peter.